Thanks for staying with us. I'm Bill O'Reilly in the personal story segment tonight. Edward Snowden, hero or villain? As you may know, the former National Security Agency employee is living in Russia on the run from U.S. authorities. He is charged here with theft of government property and violations of the Espionage Act for telling a newspaper how the USA was gathering information about ISIS and other terrorist organizations. NSA Director Mike Rogers says the classified information Snowden made public, quote, has had a material impact on the agency's ability to generate insights as to what terrorist groups are doing around the world. Tomorrow, a movie about Snowden comes out. Here's a scene.
How is this all possible? Keyword selectors. Attack, take out, Bush. So think of it as a Google search, except instead of searching only what people make public, we're also looking at everything they don't. So emails, chats, SMS, whatever.
Yeah, but which people?
The whole kingdom, Snow White.
With us now, the director of the film, the legendary Oliver Stone. Now, I didn't get to see the movie, but I sent my producers out. Before we get into it, I want to know about you. Do you see the USA as a noble country?
Yes, in its intentions, yes. And I admire its history, much of it. And I grew up here, you know. I was a New York boy. My father was a strong Republican. He voted, certainly Eisenhower was his man. And he wasn't so happy when I went to Vietnam as an infantryman. I mean, he didn't see the need for me to go. But my father I admired him very much.
All right. So basically you were brought up in a traditional home, and you say now that you admire your country. Politically, you would say you were left, right? A little sympathetic to the Castro brothers in Cuba, Bernie Sanders supporter. So you'd be in a left-wing category?
You could say that.
Okay. Now, when you produce a movie like the Snowden film, you know that there's a lot of politics just in the film itself.
Yeah.
All right. So what did you want to get across in the movie?
I stay away from the politics. I really tried to stick to my role as a dramatist. This is what I do. As you know, I did a movie about Nixon. I did a movie about Bush. In both cases, I was less so because it was about the assassination and the investigation. But Nixon, they thought I was too empathetic to him. And as with Bush, I felt strongly that, you know, I was criticized by the left for not making him more demonic. So there's two roles here. There's me as a citizen talking, speaking out to you, and there's me as a dramatist who's telling a story.
But can't you, can you, I should say, as a director, and you have a script to work with, obviously you approve the script, you like the script. In this case, my producer reports this film is sympathetic to Snowden. It's sympathetic. You would agree with that?
Empathetic.
All right, empathetic, sympathetic.
No,
you know me, I'm not that well educated on the words, but it makes them look good, right?
Well,
in totality.
It's for you to judge. When you see the movie, you come out, you know, it's not trying to lead you. I'm trying to lay out a story that happened between 2004 and 2013. And the story is exciting. It's thrilling. It takes you to a place that you've probably never been because we don't know a lot about the NSA or the CIA.
That's true. But surely you know that there's emotion attached to Snowden. All right, and how he's portrayed by you, the director, is going to influence how people either like or don't like the movie. I want to run a clip, and I want to get your reaction from this clip, by the president about Snowden. Go.
The way in which these disclosures happened have been damaging to the United States and damaging to our intelligence capabilities. And I think that there was a way for us to have this conversation without that damage. I think that as important and as necessary as this debate has been, it is also important to keep in mind that this has done unnecessary damage.
Okay, so not a conservative man, liberal man, Barack Obama. How do you react to what he said?
Well, he's also said the opposite. He said that it's brought up the conversation and the need for reform has to be discussed. And he, in fact, endorsed the Freedom Act, which was passed in 2015, which, although, you know, some people criticize it as being too moderate, but it was voted on by 200 Republicans, more or less, in the House, and 35 Republicans in the Senate.
I think most Americans want more security. We dealt with this yesterday with the hacking and the leaks in Colin Powell. They do. But at the same time, they don't want individuals like Snowden to go out with national security that could cost people's lives. And we've seen this on a number of levels. But I want you to react to President Obama. You have to take him at his word that he didn't think that Snowden's actions were good for the country. How do you react to that?
Well, I mean, we show in the movie his 2008 election and the promises he made for reform and transparency. And part of the problem for Snowden was that he didn't keep to those words.
So you say Obama
he
did
doubled
not.
down on the Bush administration's surveillance and other forms of warfare that they created.
Isn't it possible that President Obama and President Bush know more about protecting Americans than Edward Snowden does?
I've heard that ever since I was a young boy in America. That's always a national security. No, I believe governments lie. I think that they protect their own interests to get reelected.
But what's the interest, though, of it seems to me that the interest of electronic surveillance and all the things that you deal with and Snowden dealt with is to protect Americans from ISIS.
Well, that's what they tell us. That's what they tell us.
You don't believe that?
No, no.
Because
I think cyber warfare, we took a global initiative in 2007, and we used it against Iran secretly, and even it's still classified, and we haven't admitted to it. But that Stuxnet virus got out in the world. It went through Iran, went to other countries like Jordan, and it went on and on. I talked to the guy who solved the Stuxnet virus. He said it took 7-8 months to find out what it was.
I can't speak to that because
the point being that we started a form of warfare like. This is very serious because it's gone on and on and on, and now people are very smart. There's no secret to it. They picked up how to hack us.
Do you believe, though, this is being done? And you had some questions about the 9/11 attack, I remember, right?
I do. I question what the NSA and the CIA were doing to really protect us, as you say. I don't think they did a very good job.
But you don't think it's a conspiracy?
No, I didn't say that.
No, I'm
I
not
said
putting
that
words in
Michael
your mouth.
Hayden fumbled the ball.
Okay. But that puts you on the other side of the issue, that if you want the protection of agencies, they have to have some, a blanket of ability to tap and to look
Selected,
and to do
selected
those
targets.
Yes.
And we have plenty of them. But why tap everybody? Why
they would
waste?
say they don't tap everybody, that there are codes that they use in the NSA to, when they hear, to go in. But anyway, what I'm trying to do is...
Yeah, I noticed you made that point, but they do go back. They have a database. They can go back on anybody and find out all they want to know.
All right. But you don't think that this country is actively trying to persecute its own people through these devices, do you?
No, I don't think so.
All right.
But they do have an invasive ability beyond all measure, supported by a technological machine that is incredible now.
And we saw that with the Russian hackers coming right in.
Well, we don't know that they're Russian hackers. That's also another
Snowden
thing.
told me they were.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't. That's a joke. That's a joke.
No, that's the whole point about this. Cyber warfare started in 2007, and it has increased its capabilities, and now it's reached a point where anybody can hack practically.
It's out of control.
Including individuals.
Right.
And surveillance, Snowden called it a surveillance free-for-all.
All right. The movie is Snowden, and I'm sure it's going to garner a lot of discussion, which is what you like, right?
I think we should have a discussion.
I think so
when you see
too,
the
and that's
movie,
why you're here.
Don't make up your mind in advance.
All right.
Just listen to the discussion. I think a lot of the values that Snowden stands for, you stand for too. And you've said so. I remember when I saw your first clip when you supported Snowden.
I don't want rampant invasion of privacy. Mr. Stone, we
That's
appreciate
good,
your
and
commitment.
on that we agree.
Okay.
Thank you.